Okay, we are back and heading back to base to get ready for the horde. I normally don't take the gyrocopter because I'm not a big fan of the controls or the gas consumption. But if you need to get over mountains, it's the best way. And you're going to see this building disappear because I got bored and blew it up with rockets, which is, there it goes. I don't understand why the game does it like that, but yeah, that building's gone. And you can see mine. It's a thing of beauty. I've seen some bases where people have like a helipad on the top and they're good enough to land on it. I'm not. So I just kind of crash into the ground here, gas up. I bring my vehicles in for Horde Night. I don't think the zombies would attack him, but old habits die hard. So to prepare for Horde Night, we start locking everything down. That's all good. Always grab one of these for on-the-fly repairs, which means I will need iron. A couple of these. Check on the food. And then, yeah, just make sure everything's all locked up. I don't really need all that ammo. Uh, I just like having it on me. Lock everything up so that we don't get a stray bird tearing all my stuff up. Okay. And my gear is, well, in good shape. Nothing needs to be repaired. We're fed and we're watered. Turn this off for now. Basically, I think we're ready. The only thing I forgot to do is check my ammo here. Uh, but that'll be enough. In some of the other videos, you'll notice that in this type of base, right here, they're not using bars. They're using, uh, it's like sideways pillars or something. I don't like those because when you shoot them, they take damage. But on the plus side, you can reach through them. And early game, when you don't have the resources to be building iron bars and such, and you're just using wood and maybe cobblestone, they're great to start off with. That's how I started with this. None of these bars were here. These were all just those double pillars going horizontally. So 2 pillars for this block, 2 pillars for that block, going all the way across. Started off with wood and then upgraded each time until I had the resources for bars. And all these bars are upgraded as well, from iron to steel. Great XP. And we're just trying to kill this last hour. So let me see if I can find that shape that I'm talking about here. I probably am just going to embarrass myself because I am not a good builder. And I don't even remember what the thing was called. Maybe it was double pull? Mm, shit. Yeah, I'm not doing this right at all. Shape. Let's try double pull again. This time we'll push the right button. Okay, so it sort of looked like this, except they were a little bit closer together. And that's what I had going all the way across here. And again, if you look at the other video that I'm going to link, it'll show you exactly what shape to use. And one of the biggest things that is beneficial to that shape is that zombies can't jump through it. With this, if they do get piled up just the right way, or if they're just pissed off enough, sometimes they will they'll run and sort of like Superman dive through this thing. So once in a while, a zombie will get through here, which is no big deal because you can, just club them or take care of them. But it's always kind of weird when that happens. So that's one of the benefits of having the horizontal bars there, or pillars or whatever they're called. And if you notice, it's probably not necessary, but I did it again just because I have the resources. These are double bars. I've got bars on this side, and then I've got bars on this side. So the edge of that block and the edge of that block. So that double layer is kind of nice to have. Oh, that needs to be upgraded. Weird. Okay. Anyway, double bars, just in case they can break through one layer. There's still another layer of bars, and that hasn't happened yet. And the good thing about this base, the way that I have it set up, is that if they do break through a, 2200. Well, I'll get back to that thought in a minute. I'm clearly not a pro at making these videos, so bear with me here. All right. And then this is pretty much going to be the rest of the video. Nothing exciting. It's fairly cheesy, but it's realistic in the sense that if this was really happening, I wouldn't be going out there. I would absolutely want to hide and be safe behind bars. I'm not even really a big fan of clubs. I definitely prefer firearms, but to save resources, which I don't suppose I really need to do, but to save resources, I just use the club. There's probably some kind of food or drug or something that can be taken to help with club melee damage, I would imagine, but it doesn't matter. Most of these things go down after one or two hits anyway. You can see the shotgun turrets doing their job when these guys fall. So again, I don't have to worry too much about repairs to the blocks down there. And it also saves me the trouble of when they go crazy and start beating up the blocks, I don't have to pull out a gun and start shooting down there. I can just let the shotgun turret take care of that. A lot of people in these videos have a hatch here and here. I prefer to have this one down here, so if you get a zombie that's crawling like that, I can just shoot it, because you don't want to get too close and lean over, otherwise the other ones can come up and hit you through here. So it's nice to have the bars right there. The dogs will always put their heads up after they attack once, which is kind of nice. But the spiders and then the demolishers too, super nice to shoot them through the bottom, especially because with the demolishers you don't want to hit their buttons. So if you're just shooting them in the legs, you're not going to do that. And then when the demolishers fall, it doesn't matter what the shotgun turret does, because your SMG and your shotgun turrets will not push the buttons on the demolishers. I learned the hard way, though, that your junk turrets will, which is why you don't see me using them on Horde Night. A junk turret will push the demolisher button, and then you've got just a few seconds to whip out a machine gun and take care of it. Again, this is almost cheese mode, but it's it's effective, and saves a lot of ammunition. And just for the hell of it, let's go ahead and turn on one of my sets of SMGs there. You'll see it's the bottom two over there. I mean, really, I could just sit back for a while and just watch it all happen, but uh, I like to participate. And these are all the irradiated zombies. When it's regular zombies, the SMGs just tear them up before they even get nearby. And one of the things is traps don't give you as much XP, and if you don't have any points in the perk there, you won't get any XP at all from traps. So if you want the most XP, you won't use them at all. Oh, see, I should have just waited. Let's go ahead and take another swig. Oh, there we go. And if you're looking at my stamina, I've got the right perks so that anytime I make a kill, my stamina gets boosted back up. Ah. Ah, there we go. So far, no demolishers. Which is good and bad. I mean, they have awesome XP, but they also tear up your base. Get out of here. Ah. I'm never quite quick enough to get the cops before they start spitting at me. Ooh. Angry boys. Boy, he really wants in. You can see that the single walkway thing there is doing a great job at keeping them from piling up too much. If only I could stop standing so close to these guys. Those shotgun turrets are working overtime. I'm not using the M60 right now because it takes a lot of time to reload. And I like to have it ready for the demo guys, but I'm not seeing any so far. Ooh, hello. Yeah, just to kind of clear everybody out. All right, let's turn them both on. Get a little bit of breathing room. And honestly, half the reason I am even doing this is because I've just got so much 9mm ammunition to burn through that I'll leave those SMG turrets running sometimes. This is brutal. This is like some messed up version of zombie ninja warrior. They are just not getting to the end. Oops. I still don't even need to do any kind of on-the-fly repairs. So yeah, I mean, it's holding up super well. I don't think you could fairly ask for a whole lot more out of a base. And if you notice, you can hear the birds every now and then, and you're not going to see me go out there a single time to look for them because my beautiful rooftop SMGs. Well, it's almost 3, and we haven't seen any demolishers yet, so I don't know if they come out at certain waves or at certain times or how that works. But for some reason, they're not here on day 139, so I don't suppose we're going to see them at all tonight. Right now I have the blood moon set for every 4 nights just because I was getting kind of bored. There were plenty of them on the last one, so I'm kind of disappointed. Oh, it's you've got a good base going when it's a blood moon, and you can afford to sit here and go through your inventory. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, with having all those SMGs going, I'm losing out on a ton of XP. But it makes for an interesting video, so we'll roll with it for tonight. That's one of the reasons I was hoping that the demolishers would come out, is because that's when the SMG turrets really shine, when you don't want to risk setting off those demolishers by accidentally shooting or hitting them in the button. Like I said, the turrets won't do that. So you just get a turret or two going, and they'll if they don't take down the demolishers, they'll at least knock them down there, and the shotguns will often finish them off. Oh, I forgot to take more of my learning elixir. Well, it's too late now. Oh, there's... Alright. It's one thing I don't see too much is them hanging out down there, but once in a great while, it'll happen. I guess if you wanted to, if you really had the resources, you could reload your SMGs as they run out, but once they run out, I usually just let them sit until after the Blood Moon. So that should be mostly it. There's going to be some stragglers, of course. So we'll mop that up real quick. Okay. And then the fun part. Now, I don't know how it works on the current build. I mean, I'd gone quite a while without playing, but I'm pretty sure that in previous builds, after a while, not even that long, after just a minute or two, it seemed like those loot bags would disappear. And I don't know if it still does that, but I get all paranoid as soon as everything's over. There's a book I need, which is awesome. So I don't have time for you. So now I just make a mad dash. And grab as much loot as I can. And I'm probably just freaking out over nothing. I mean, in the current builds, these bags probably last a lot longer. I will have to look that up. And that's another one of the benefits of having that dump box is I can just throw everything in there and then come back and sort it out later on. This is probably a boring part of the video. And once in a while I'll see a bag out here, and I'm guessing it's because maybe one of my turrets took down a bird. So let's see. As far as damage goes, this is about typical. Of course, I put away my bars. So let's go grab some more because I'm going to need some more. And let's just make some more too. Now, what would be really cool would be if they could make a drone that just hung out and did repairs, like just hung out at the base and you fill it up with materials and it would just go fix all your walls and floors and stuff. That would be super cool. Like I don't I don't generally use mods and stuff too much, and that would be something I would very happily use. So any damage that's going to be on this side is mostly going to be through the ones that were kind of sticking through the bars and the cop spit. So there's not going to be a whole lot of damage over here. Of course, the door is going to have some because it was sticking out there. Most of the damage that we're going to see, and this stuff, like I said, you don't even have to worry about it. what what I used to do to save some sanity is I wouldn't even repair them at all. I would just wait for a block to disappear because the way my base is set up, it's so structurally sound that you can take out any of these blocks and it's not going to collapse my base. I'll just come put a new block in. So if you're a little bit OCD like me, which which is to say actually diagnosed with OCD, uh, yeah, it can be kind of hard to let it go. Anytime I see this stuff, I just have this urge to repair it, but you don't need to. Um, Out here is a different story. Let's see. All right, we still got two rows, so they didn't break through this row of bars, but it definitely needs repairs. We didn't have any demolishers explode, and I don't think I saw any cops explode. Um, Shotgun turrets need to be repaired, and I don't know if the turrets actually took any damage or if they just degrade with use. Uh, Somebody who knows way more about the game than me would know the answer to that. Yeah, I mean, nothing here really needs repairs. Let's see. And when a block gets damaged badly enough, you'll start to see where it looks all cracked and stuff, and um, none of these even really look bad. So this was actually pretty mild horde night. Sometimes when they fall down here, they'll kind of be out of the range of the shotgun turrets. So these blocks sometimes need a little bit more TLC. But even then, I mean, like I said, it's perfectly fine just to let them tear through a block and just replace it. Now, eventually, eventually, if you start off like I did, which was just putting up like a pillar, I'd have like a row of blocks here, and then maybe a pillar every fourth or fifth row, and then I built my base on top of that. And then as I got the materials, I'd fill it in. So instead of pillars, it became solid walls. So this is all super like thick. There's no hollow points in here. So if you were to tear out these blocks all the way through, there's it's just a solid pile of steel that I have. And that again, it's mostly just because I had the resources and it's good XP to build them, starting from the frame and upgrading them. These didn't take much damage either. You butthole. And she got her friends out. Oh, yeah. Huh. Normally, the screamers bring a lot more people along, or zombies, whatever. So, normally at the end of a horde night, there are probably three or four of these blade traps that just are so damaged they don't work anymore. But they're all still spinning. And if you look, I mean, barely any damage at all to the walls. So that's exactly why I put those traps there, and they are doing a hell of a job. Perfect. And yeah, no damage there. But again, I'm still going to hide that eventually because I've had a few people point out that that block's important, and I I don't know exactly why, but there's the basic uh, effectiveness of this base for horde nights. Like I said, it's nothing too exciting, but it really does the job. So if you want something mellow, where you can basically just sit here and I don't know, drink a beer and I don't know, vape or smoke a cigarette or a joint or something. You could just sit here one-handed and just la di da. But it does get interesting when you get waves and waves of the demolishers coming, because that's when you actually have to, figure your stuff out, start using the turrets or, blasting their feet until they hopefully fall down. And then, of course, the really good part is going through all the loot. So, anytime you come across equipment that's above level 2 or above, it's generally worth repairing before you sell. This stuff, it doesn't sell for much anyway. I just scrap it because I'll just take the iron instead. Thank you. But like this, it's above level 2, so we'll repair it. And I should have checked the price. All right, so like right here, sell price 386 for level 6 military gloves. So let's go from 386 to, I jumped the gun a little bit. 386 to 1080. So it's definitely worth it's definitely worth using one of these repair kits, especially because the repair kits are just ridiculously cheap to make. One forged iron and one duct tape. I mean, that's like nothing. So, Great Heist is something I've been looking for a while. Oh, all right. So I think I had one unused point. So last night in the Horde night, that gave me 3 levels, and half, if not most, of the XP that I got was from traps, and that's only partial XP. So had I not used the traps or turrets, I should say, I would have gotten a lot more. I probably would have had another 1.5 to 2 levels just from that. So let's see. No, that's robotic. Okay, so you get half the XP when you have this maxed out. So whenever my turret takes something, it gives me half the XP, which, oh, it's better than nothing, but you're not going to want to use uh, turrets exclusively unless you have as many points as you can in here. What was I? Oh yeah, I was looking to see what books I need. I think I have most of them. Yeah, so I only need one, two, 4 books. And then you get these perks down here after you fill all 7 of these. Then you get a bonus perk, just in case you didn't know that. So I'm not going to get my bonus perk here, but yeah, whatever this book is, it's not going to be very important to me. Stealthy sprinting. Yeah, see, I don't do stealth. One thing I should have mentioned at the beginning of the video probably is that I when I mentioned earlier that I use a lot of torches and candles and stuff to bring my heat level up. The heat level, if you don't know, is what makes the zombies attracted to your base. So the more heat, the more zombies are going to randomly kind of try to get to you. Um, so in addition to trying to make my heat level higher, I also, if you look, I don't use any kind of mufflers on my gear. I just use these things for my for the stamina, but I don't use mufflers and stuff. I like to be noisy because I want the zombies to hear me coming. I want them to be coming at me. I don't like it when they're just laying there and I don't see them, and then they get up and charge up on me. And I don't do jump scares and those sudden shocks. I'm not a fan of that. So I'm all about being super loud and, you know, and announcing myself to the zombies, so they'll just come at me. I like to see it coming. So that is the long version of why that book doesn't matter to me. But it's nice to have them just to get them out of the way. Another, oh, I guess I should probably fill this in, and I don't really use it. One of the good things about this only being 2 blocks high on the inside is if you have the parkour perk maxed out, you don't even need a ladder. You can actually just jump that high. Um, for exploring and going on missions where you have to retrieve and stuff, parkour is probably one of the best perks out there, in my opinion. Um, it just saves so much trouble. Like if you miss a jump and you fall down, you can often just jump right back up to where you need to be. And yeah, so I clearly don't have any structure to the thoughts and topics here. I'm just kind of remembering what things people have asked me or things that I've noticed. So that's all I got for now. If you have any questions or anything, I appreciate the feedback I got from my first video. I didn't really expect anybody to care about it, but I guess I learned that there are a lot more people that play 7 Days to Die than I remember. Um, I also learned that I say a lot. I need to work on that. But I never planned on making videos, so I haven't really worked on my speech skills or anything or my video editing. I don't know how to do that, so I'm just going to slap this online. Hopefully, it doesn't suck too much. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate it. The requests for more videos, that was super kind. Made me feel super good. Very unexpected because I thought my first video kind of sucked, but hey, I mean, if it helped you, then that's why I made it. So let me know if you have any questions or comments or anything, and I appreciate you guys stopping by.